So we're going to be talking all things New Jersey, all things Tommy C, Sotheby's Realty, and a few other little things in there. I have the privilege of interviewing Tommy. He's a 10-year member as of February. It's hard to believe that you've been here 10 years, but deservedly so. Tom's done business with a number of agents in the room and other members. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here this long.
That's right.
So with no further ado, I know you personally. You grew up in Connecticut, but you moved to New Jersey.
Yep.
Why the move from Connecticut to New Jersey?
I joined a rock band who lived in Hoboken, and they said, you know, why don't you join the band? We were going to go on tour. It was a big opportunity, and they lived in Hoboken, and I was like, Hoboken's pretty close to the city. And they're like, yeah, come on down, you can stay with us. And I fell in love with the area. I lived in Hoboken, Jersey City, Union City, Weehawken. I bounced around a bit, but I loved the area, and I realized Hoboken had a lot to offer.
And what year was that?
1992.
Wow. Okay.
Just a child.
So 33 years ago, right? Am my math right? Wow, that's thank you. I had to test myself there. That's incredible. So I guess the second question is going to be a big fat no, but what I wanted to try to do with this interview is do a little bit of comparison between New York and New Jersey, because we get to hear from Tommy C every week about the pleasures, the benefits to living in New Jersey. So I'll just mention the question so that everyone can get a sense. I was going to ask Tom whether or not he had lived in any of the boroughs of New York. The answer is no.
No. But a caveat is my parents grew up in Queens, so as a child, a lot of our family was in Queens. Many of them moved away or passed away. But since a lot of the family was in Queens, as a child, I used to come into the city a lot, and I really was pretty amazed by it. So I always kind of wanted to be near the city. I grew up in a small, boring town in Connecticut. It was fun for a little kid, but once you're an adult and I was an artist, musician, I was always drawn to the city. So never lived in the city, but was always close to it.
But you do kind of now.
Yeah, the sixth borough, absolutely.
All right. Well, I was actually referring to Marta, but
that's
okay.
true.
Yeah.
That is
She's not paying attention anyway, so.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
So weekly, we get to hear Tommy's tagline about the PATH train and being so close to Manhattan, which is why Jersey's so expensive, so on and so forth. I love it. It's very catchy. It's very memorable. What?
Manhattan is expensive.
Oh, sorry, did I do it the wrong way? That's why Manhattan is so expensive? Yes, thank you for catching me. I apologize. But since the PATH train was such a big part of what you would describe to us as always being that convenient, quick way from Jersey City, Hoboken into the city, with fewer people commuting into the city post-pandemic, and the PATH train maybe not being so important to people's lifestyle, what is it now about living in Hoboken or Jersey City that has the benefits that you used to describe as being a quick PATH train in? What is it about the lifestyle there that's different than maybe one of the boroughs here in New York?
It's cheaper in general when you compare the time to get into Manhattan. And still a lot of people I find want to be near the city even if they don't work there every day. It's still an attraction. There's still quite a few people that do hybrid work. Maybe they're in 2 or 3 days. They still don't necessarily want to be 3 hours away. They still want to be near New York, the city. And they like what the culture that New York offers. So the areas I work are, when you compare the commute, say Hoboken's right on the waterfront, Williamsburg, Brooklyn is right on the waterfront. The commute to Herald Square is about the same time, but Hoboken is significantly cheaper than Williamsburg.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so speaking of, it's always helpful to me to know who the people in the room are working with, who their clients are, where their clients are coming from. And so because I don't know nearly as much as you do, and probably next to nothing about the part of Jersey that you specialize in, who are your clients? Are they young adults? Are they young families? Are they older adults? Are they people from New Jersey? Are they people from New York? You know, what should we be listening for and looking out for in terms of helping you work with the right people in these areas?
It's all of the above. I do work with a lot of new first-time buyers, young renters out of college, young families who have maybe were renting in Hoboken but want to stay and buy. A lot of people are staying in the area now too, which is happening, I suppose, in New York too. They're staying and buying 3 and 4 bedroom apartments or single families to stay because they want to raise their family in the city area. I get a lot from past clients. I have 1,700 people on my client list, past clients, friends, family, and I do get some referrals from that. But I do get some people coming from that lived in the city that move out to Jersey to get a little bit more for their money. A lot of people from out of town are familiar with Hoboken, so if they're from another state, they might be intimidated by New York City. So they've heard of Hoboken as a good option to be near the city, and they might have visited at one time. So I get a lot of that, people from out of the area. So it's a combination.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about some of the specific differences with the real estate that you're primarily concerned with in Jersey City and Hoboken versus what we see here primarily in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and other places. The concept of the cooperative, which has a number of limitations. There are rules, there are regulations. The board has a lot of control over who you sell to and how much money they make, and it's very invasive, and there's certain rules that pertain to not being able to sublet and so on and so forth. I asked Tommy yesterday how much of your work actually involves co-op boards, applications, and all the things that some of our New York agents deal with on a daily basis, and Tommy said,
there aren't too many co-ops in the area I work in. I work about a 50 square mile area, Jersey City, Hoboken, Weehawken, Union City, West New York, North Bergen. And in that area, there may be 20 co-op buildings. Hoboken has 2 that I know of. So I've done a few. And like New York, I'm assuming it's the same way in New York, co-ops are generally cheaper. And so lots of times it's a good value for somebody. There just aren't that many choices. But it's a good value for some people if they're going to stay. If it's an investment and they want to rent it out, obviously it's not maybe a best buy. So I've done a few, but there aren't many. Certainly not as many as New York.
all right, well, someone mentioned my math skills a little bit earlier. So let's do a little bit of math. You keep mentioning to me, and I have no reason not to trust you, that the price per square foot in Jersey City or Hoboken relative to the prices per square foot that we see in New York City, how does it compare? How much less is it, versus what you see?
Well, I looked last night.
Good.
Actually, I looked at in Hoboken. I focused on Hoboken, and it's 20 minutes by train to Herald Square. And from Williamsburg, it's 20 minutes by subway to Herald Square. And there's also a ferry from Williamsburg. There's 2 ferries in Hoboken. There's not a bus directly from Williamsburg to the city to Manhattan, but there is a bus from Hoboken to Manhattan. Last night, I looked at some condo prices. There's 1 bedroom starting at $375, 2 bedrooms starting at $550, and 3 bedrooms starting at $900,000 in Hoboken, 1 square mile. Williamsburg is 2 square miles, a little more crowded. I couldn't find 1 bedroom online in Williamsburg for under $500,000. 2 bedrooms are over $1 million. 3 bedrooms are like 1.4 or higher. The cheaper ones are the co-ops, but I'm talking condos. The co-ops there are some in Williamsburg that are under 500, but not condos. So, and it's similar to rentals. There's still rentals in Hoboken as low as $1,900 for 1 bed, $2,500 for a 2 bed. I couldn't find anything under $2,500 for a 1 bedroom in Williamsburg. Certainly not under $3,000 for a 2 bedroom. So just some comparison. It's at least 15-20% cheaper.
That's amazing. So there's more bang for the buck, more square footage potentially.
And the same commuter as good.
So the flip side of that is that I want to let everybody here know, because there seems to be a luxury market demand as well. Is there much of a luxury market in Hoboken? And what does that look like? And something else we'll get into are the views, but we'll say that for the next question. Is there a luxury market, and what's the high end of the market that you see?
Yeah, it runs the gamut. There are walk-ups and just more simple apartments. But yes, there's some more high-end apartments, larger apartments with views, outdoor space, concierge, all the amenities. Maxwell Place is one campus I can mention right on the water, built by Toll Brothers, really popular, all amenity buildings, views, and their one bedrooms start at like $750. Their two beds are well over $1 million. They have three bedrooms over $2 million. That's like the cream of the crop. Those would be $4 million in Williamsburg, most likely, but or certainly more. But there are quite a few luxury properties and also downtown Jersey City. Some of those high rises there. Too many to mention here, but there are quite a few.
So my guess is if there are 3 bedrooms available, that those would be most interesting to people with families.
Yep.
That leads me to schools.
Yep.
How is the schooling system there? Is it a desirable place to raise your kids?
It's improved. Maurice lives in Hoboken. It's very improved. The public schools they're probably middle of the road in Hoboken for the state of New Jersey, but that's pretty good because the New Jersey has even middle of the road is pretty good because Jersey is pretty highly rated for school systems in the country. There's public, there's private, there's McNair Magnet School in downtown Jersey City, one of the best in the country. So you have a mix, but pretty good options for schooling.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think people often like to hear about money coming into an area, gentrification. Is there new money investment going into new development in these areas? Are these older neighborhoods landmarked and protected, and there's not a whole lot of room for new development? What are you seeing? There's
some new development. Downtown Jersey City, they've done a lot. You can see some of the high rises down there, and some of the condo conversions, not all high rises, some smaller buildings. Jersey City Heights, Union City, a lot of new construction. Hoboken, mainly it's the Upper West Side of Hoboken, which they have more space. They knocked down some of the old factory buildings, and they're developing there with new rentals and new condos. So yeah, there's some new development.
All right, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about a couple of your listings that you currently have. Let people know what the price is, how many bedrooms, and then we'll end with my final question.
Thank you.
So,
well, I do have a 1-bedroom coming up, so technically you could say off market. We don't have it priced yet, but it's an elevator building, really nice concrete steel construction. I'll let people know a little bit more in the next couple of weeks. About 800 square foot with a parking spot. Probably a little over 700,000. We haven't picked a particular number yet. Great building, great location. I do have a 4-bedroom right now on the market. I've emailed, probably some of you have seen it online. It's a beautiful old church that was renovated into condos. It's called the Vestry. At 827 Bloomfield Street. Great location, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $1.850. No elevator, which makes it sort of unique, but a beautiful building. And anybody has any questions, very motivated sellers. I can send you more information. But great apartment, good location. Maurice has seen it. Yeah.
You've seen it?
I've seen the pictures.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So actually, I'm going to throw in one little question for you because I think it might be helpful. Real estate agents quite often do business with one another, especially in this room. We encourage it. There are referral fees that can be made for people that are expert in certain locations, certain neighborhoods. I see head shaking. So naturally, you have relationships with the agents in this room. If they're working with someone in their borough or in their neighborhood and it's just not working out, that I would assume would be a good lead for you in Hoboken.
Sure.
Many people aren't thinking about New Jersey when they're in New York looking for property. So these are ways in which you can refer back to them if there's not inventory that you're finding appropriate for your clients that could go to Queens or Brooklyn or Manhattan or the Bronx, right?
Yep.
Versus and vice versa,
Yes.
correct?
Good point. Yes.
I just want to make sure that
Yeah,
everybody
very
is
true.
aware of that.
And about that 4-bedroom I mentioned, it's a walk-up, so it doesn't have an elevator, which some people don't like. But the good thing is the HOA is very low. It's 1,900 square feet, and the HOA is only 550, which is pretty.
That's very low.
So no frills, no concierge, no gym.
And how are real estate taxes?
They're nice.
They're nice. Okay.
No, it's about 18,000 a year.
Okay.
So it's assessed values, maybe it's like 1.6%. So maybe it's assessed at like 1.5 million.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Last question. Then you're off the hot seat.
Thank you, Jim.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, how will you be a better professional in 2025 than you were in 2024? And what motivates you to focus on this part of your craft?
I'm going to do more stuff, more social media. I'll probably talk to Jonathan. I think I need to make that step. I'm going to do better at reaching out to some old clients, even calling them. I haven't really been doing that. I have 1,800 people on my contact list, and some people I'm more in touch with than others. And I want to do it because I like real estate. I like helping people, and it really feels good when it's all said and done and they have the place they wanted, whether it was a rental or a sale, whether they're a buyer or a seller.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you,
We're here
Jim.
to help you, and thank you for helping all of us. I appreciate it.